First question is, who are you and what is your business?
All right. So my name is Giulio. I'm an Italian 21-year-old guy. I study literature. Literature is my passion. I love books and poetry, that kind of stuff. And my business is actually about that. Like I started my company 5 years ago or something like that, and it's a publishing house. I publish short stories and poetry. It's still not paper, and I'm thinking about going to also like publish on paper, like concrete stuff. But until now, it's only on the internet. And yeah, that's the idea. Like we publish short stories and poetry by Italian authors and international authors. So in Italian and in English.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I think you kind of already started answering my second question, which is what motivates you in doing what you do?
It's the passion for literature and stories. Mostly it's about stories. Like I always picture myself, I don't know, like as an 80-year-old telling my stories to my grandchildren. And so I thought, man, everybody should be able to do it, you know? And so I wanted to create a platform for everybody to tell their own stories. And the name of my publishing house, it's Super Tramps Club, because I think that we are all a bit tramps, vagabonds when it comes to stories, you know? Like I think narrative and stories in general, storytelling, is a bit like vagabonding, you know? You are kind of lost and you don't know where you will end up. So yeah, that's what drives me.
Thank you. And then we come to the more hard question already, which is, are there any ethical dilemmas that you face in your business or that you have faced in the past?
This question, like this answer is gonna take a bit longer than the others. Um, the publishing house started like this. It was basically only me in the beginning. You know, like the website didn't even have its own name. Like when I say I started my publishing house 5 years ago, actually it started way before. It was only a website where I published the stuff that I was writing. And the website had like didn't even have the name it has now. It was like only my name and surname, you know. I didn't know what to put as a title, so I only put my name. And so yeah, it was basically only me. Then I decided to open it to people, and now like it's basically not me writing almost anymore, you know. Like I'm like 90%, 99% of the stuff I publish is by other people. And so there was a shift in the perception that I had of my business. You know, it wasn't even a business before. It was more like a hobby. You know, it was only me publishing my own stuff. And when it was like that, I didn't have to concern myself with, I don't know, like, do I like this? Does this fit my audience? I just didn't care. You know, I was just publishing the stuff that I wrote. It was more like having a place to store it, you know, so that I wouldn't like lose it. And but then when I started publishing other people, actually it was a bit more different. Like I decided to start publishing other people, but I didn't know other people who were writing. So basically, like for a good 6 months, something like that, maybe even a bit more, I was pretending that I was a club. I was pretending to be many people, you know. I was like signing it with many different names. It was still only me because I didn't know other people, you know, to publish. And so yeah, like then I finally found other people. And at that point, I started asking myself some questions that I didn't need to ask myself before. Like, okay, I have this text. This person sent me this text. How much can I edit it? How much can I change it? How much can I delete from somebody else's work? Because I mean, we're talking about intellectual property here. It's not like I can decide. I'm the publisher, yes, but it's not like I can totally decide. Oh yes, I like this, and I want to change this other thing like completely. You know, like I have to kind of respect the intellectual property of the other person. But also, now I have an audience. I have people reading the stuff. So I kind of have to maintain a mood of the publishing house, like a certain vibe that I want to convey. but also I have to be true to the author's style. I can't change it completely. So this actually happens to me very often. Like I have to really ask myself, all right, what do I do with this text? Like, can I change it so much? And now, like, I kind of gave myself an answer here. I kind of decided a policy, which is I edit it with the author. And if we can't come to an agreement, I just don't publish the piece. Because if it doesn't work for my audience, but the way I want it doesn't work for the author, maybe it's just not the right time for that work. And so, yeah, right now, this is the answer that I came up with. And I hope it will work in the future.
Definitely, yeah, that's awesome. It's really interesting also.
Yeah.
And then we're already at the last question, which is that I'm asking you for two pieces of advice for others which with like an entrepreneurial mindset and some kind of vision. So one piece of advice that would be general, and one that's about how to face ethical dilemmas.
So you asked me for two pieces of advice, one general and one about ethical dilemmas. The general one that I can give is don't expect anything, especially in the first 2 years of your business. You're not gonna get anything, and it's just like yourself, like giving to the business. You know, you're not gonna get it, and you're not gonna make that kind of money like so soon, and you're not gonna like. Basically, the first 2 years are just like investing in the project. And I mean, I say 2 years because it was like this for me, but I don't know how much the amount of time is for any kind of business, but I think that for every kind of enterprise, there is an amount of time that is just giving, you know. And so when you start a business, just don't think about the income, what will come from that, because you will be disappointed. And so like in the beginning, I remember I was like asking myself, man, this is not working. What am I doing wrong? And the answer is nothing really. You know, like the first 2 years are just for learning. And the piece of advice about ethical dilemmas is be human, because like you might think that you can you can have like you can set your goals upon money or upon being human. So if you want like to succeed, if you want your business to get bigger, you have to like neglect the human side, the ethical side of it. But what I think in reality is that it's the opposite. Like when you give priority to being human, to the ethical part of it, I think in reality you are investing in your business because people will recognize it, people will know that you care about it, and it will just be more serious. And like the image of the business will gain a lot from it. So in reality, you will be making money out of it.
Okay, thank you so much.